Hey, everybody, it's the coach. You're tuned in to Sunday Night Football on EA Sports. Up next, we've got what should be a great matchup between the New England Patriots and the Los Angeles Chargers.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us about 20 miles south of downtown L.A. at Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the New England Patriots and our home team. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Here we go. 10 Lobo. You think you're going to get this?
They'll run. This is Darrell Henderson, and he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down, it's Henderson.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
I'm letting you know right now, you better bring 2.
On third down, Blankenship. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And this will be taken at the 13. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Patriots take over.
Let it. 30 base. Hey, it's coming up. Hey, let's go. Check. Leo.
They'll run on first down. It's Harrison. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
They try to throw on second. Down, but this one is incomplete.
Third down and 7 yards to go.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. From the gun, Dyson. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. Looking to throw. Dyson. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
So many offenses want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
Off play action. Dyson. The 20. And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. A big play there with touchdown number 12 on the year. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Off the bootleg. Blankenship. Man open, that's Kiki QT complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 45-yard line.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Back to throw. Blankenship. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it, when you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Blankenship complete. Hunter Henry with a grab. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 25-yard line. On 1st and 10, Blankenship. Open man is QT, complete. And down inside the 15 he goes. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down L.A.
Come on, set. 60 Pittsburgh.
1st and 10.
Let's go, Tiny. Let's go right here now. Kill.
Henderson now on 1st and 10. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, something...
And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Darrell Henderson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter.
I know the play ends up in the end zone with one person carrying the ball, but how about that big mass of humanity that guided him to that spot?
Yeah, they got there, but I love the dive. Always a fan of the dive. Point after, right down the middle, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
For Harrison, there's a look at what he did last week. Very productive. 3 touchdowns, 2 of them on the ground, 1 through the air.
And it will always be a compliment to say that a guy's got a nose for the end zone, and he sure had it last week.
And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. So add that tackle for a loss to the 2 that he had a week ago.
And you know what he's doing right now?
Smiling?
Yeah, definitely doing that. But he's also patting his guys on the back, his defensive front, because they're keeping him clean, meaning no one's getting to him as a blocker. He's able to run to the football, and the plays he's making, he's spilling them in the offensive backfield.
It's the first time that they've looked his way tonight, and he comes up with a first down on the play.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Back to throw. Dyson. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
That one good for 13 at a New England first down.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. If there was one area that the coach emphasized in our pregame meeting, it was red zone offense.
In a sense I got from it, and I think you did as well, they weren't real happy with how they were executing previously, so they put a lot of time and effort into it because getting points is paramount. Doesn't matter what you do otherwise, don't leave the red zone without putting points on the board.
10-2, sir. 50. 50's the mic. 50's the mic. I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm coming. Kill. Spare. Protein spill. Kill. Ready.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he's over the line and into the end zone for a Patriots score. A great effort there. Touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Patriots have taken the lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how we're going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
And a short kick, taking it about the 16. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. The Chargers getting set to go. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with it?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
The throw down the field, caught by his running back. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 18 big yards on that one, and a Charger first.
Watch left. Stop right there.
On first down, Henderson. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Charger football to start quarter number 2 as they've got it second down and 11. Second down, it's Henderson. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. Looking to throw. Blankenship. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a third down stop by them.
We got this.
The Pats at the line, ready to go.
56. Hey, Alpha. 56 to Mike. Let's go.
Throwing on first down. Dyson. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. That one good for 37 yards.
As we've seen over the years, offense coordinators will often ease their way into drives. Many of them don't want to risk a turnover, put their defense in a bad spot, but not in this case.
Not at all. Forget about easing into it. They took a shot. It worked. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it, Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Yeah, baby.
And partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
We gonna work.
So out come the Chargers. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Here's a 2nd and 7. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
On the draw, this is Henderson. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long. The Chargers on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. Back to throw. Blankenship complete. It's Henry. And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27. No first down. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
A terrific return there. 27 yards all told. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Pats at the line ready to go. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. And they're going to get about 3 here out of this first down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later. Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 3rd down, Harrison. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
60 or. Pick me up. Here we go. Slam. Greystone, travel. Check 37.
They'll run on first down. It's Harrison, and he's taken down inside the 30. Give him 15 yards on that one, and New England has a first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
10-2 soft. Right there, 56. Pick it up, pick it up. Pick it up. 5.
On first down, Dyson. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. That'll be a New England first down, a gain of 12.
12. First down, Patriots.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Looking to throw. Dyson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Now a throw over the middle, and he's got it to start the drive. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. That one good for 13 and a Charger first. Back to throw. Blankenship. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one good for 13 and a Charger first. Looking to throw. Blankenship looking left side, and it's complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A good pickup there at 22. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Tight end right. Tight end right. We got 4. We got 4.
Operating from the gun. Blankenship. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
Tight end right. Tight end right.
Second and long.
4 down. 4 down. 4 down.
And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
That would have been a great catch, but real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. On is the Chargers punter now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And he's had his chances in this game. He just hasn't been able to find any daylight so far.
Patience, patience, patience. And that's the hard part for a runner because they expect every run to be a big one for something to pop. So they have to sometimes go through the struggles before it happens for them later in the game. But you got to give credit to the rest of the team. They've worked around the fact that he hasn't had his normal big game.
Yeah, despite his struggles, still winning here in the second quarter. This quarterback now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10. He's going to look for Beckham in the end zone. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw again. Dyson. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Johnston. The Patriots will take their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
Here we go. 18 Gator. Here we go.
On 1st and 10, Dyson. That is caught at the 7. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. 2 choke plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. An abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. This is taken at the 3. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10.
General West.
They'll keep it on the ground. Harrison try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Mike 51. Here we go. Recon, 132 fighter. Ready?
2nd and 10. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. A big play there. With a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead.
When we draw up defenses on the board, we do account for every receiver. But on that particular play, somehow he was wide open, became an easy touchdown pass.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed, near the goal line, on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
A little jet sweep to start the drive. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
And they'll try the jet sweep here. And an alley to run. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down.
I don't want to sound old or anything here, partner, but I remember the days in this situation where you just put the ball in the hands of a running back. Now, it could be anyone carrying the football to try and pick up a 1st down or a touchdown.
You ain't going nowhere.
And he goes down. It's a Patriot sack.
They can't stop us.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations, because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
On 2nd down now, it's Henderson. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Blankenship. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. A short gain there of just 4, and that'll bring up a 4th down.
They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a 1st down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
And now out come the Patriots. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a pilot. 64, weak, 52, 5.
Throwing to start the drive. Dyson. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
All day, baby.
That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
They'll try the left side. It's Harrison. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Right back to him on 1st down. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. That good for 22 and a 1st down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
On the double. Mike's 50. Oh, here we go. Oh.
Throwing on first down. Dyson. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And finally wrestled down at the 8-yard line. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
3 yards is the gain that time, second and goal. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal. Second and 5. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
Now we got third and goal coming up, and can you imagine being in that huddle, partner? You know they're looking at each other saying, we can't come away with just 3 points after this drive.
Yeah, and this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots.
Yeah, baby. That's my boy.
A 5-yard touchdown. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Let's go, baby.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
The last play got just a yard. Here's second and 9 from the 26. Again, it's Henderson. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there to defend. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. A big play there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Chargers are able to close the gap just a bit. Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's up over 100 yards, and he'll be looking to get in the end zone again.
Has a tremendous nose for it, doesn't he? The ability to pile up yardage and find the end zone, that's the combination you want in your runner.
That's a combination any coach wants, and we'll see if he can find that end zone once more.
You ain't doing nothing today. X3, 218, chopper, 61, matchbox, light, 5.
They'll keep it on the ground. Harrison.
Quick edge.
Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
On 3rd down, it's Harrison, and he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first.
Come on, fellas.
It's a first down following a gain of 3.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
It's our time.
Throwing again. Dyson. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter. Joey Bosa, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Throwing on 3rd and long. Dyson, and the pressure gets to him again. Joey Bosa make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 45. From the gun, Blankenship. He completes it to Henry. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line.
We got this.
16 yards is the pickup there, and a first down for L.A. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
That one good for 13 and a Charger first.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Now a pass, and it's complete to QT.
Yeah, baby!
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Looking to throw. Blankenship. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Go! 60 Pittsburgh. Hey, let's get some penetration here. Let's get some...
To throw on 2nd down, Blankenship. This is caught. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone.
Let's go!
The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first.
Partney sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go, and let's see who's faster.
And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak. Not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. From the gun on 3rd down, Blankenship. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown. Touchdown, L.A. From 4 yards out, as his guys are back within a single score.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
4 yards the pickup, first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll try the left side. Harrison. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Now, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Joey Bosa in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Brandon, more often than not, you'd say they've had his number, and we can count them up so far. 1, 2, 3, 4 sacks given up. But guess what? He's still been able to make some plays, and right now they have a lead.
Back to throw. Dyson, wide open receiver, complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That's a first down with a cherry on top, 31 yards.
That's a real nice job right there, working the middle of the field, working against those safeties. And you know, partner, if you get your hips turned the wrong way, big plays can result.
And a big play resulted right there. Looking to throw. Dyson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. To throw again. Dyson. He finds his target, Beckham. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it ends with a New England touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So the Chargers now down on the scoreboard. And time, a huge factor. Their losing streak in danger of continuing as they come up on first down. Throwing to start the drive. Blankenship throwing left side. It's complete. 17 yards for the Chargers there as they've got themselves a first down. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. First down, and he gets out of bounds.
You have to like the play calling because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and incompletions to use the clock.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Blankenship. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, 2nd down. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. A throw over the middle, taken in. Able to corral him right at the midfield stripe following that sparkling display of footwork we saw. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
18 Gator. 65.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And it's complete. Henry. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots 30. First down now, but the clock continues to move. Got an open man, it's QT. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Back to throw. Blankenship. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Counting down to 30 seconds remaining. Here we go on 2nd and 12. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Right, you know a coach said that, right? Yeah. Not an actual player.
And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
And the Patriots are going to recover, and that should just about assure victory. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. Chargers going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game.
Here we go. 60 outlaw. Watch the curl. Watch the curls. Blue draw Corker. Leo.
On first down, it's Harrison. And here he'll get it down to the 7. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left. An ideal spot here to get a first down and try to run some more clock. And this is 2nd and less than a yard. That one looks like he'll throw here. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown. So a little icing on the cake there before the clock hits all zeros.
What a way to finish things off. Exactly what you want. Not much time and a touchdown to put things away.
Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for New England, they continue to make their case for the playoffs as they move to 9-3. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the home team here, the playoffs look to be out of reach now as they drop to 4-8. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to MetLife Stadium.